Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this Wednesday mountain weather update. All right, here are my bullet points this morning to kind of get things rolling. Our next storm, still, it's all about this Arctic front. This front's going to come down with snow and probably the coldest air of the season so far, 117, 18, and 19. Minus 15 to minus 30 air temps appear likely over several locations and a number of big ski areas. We'll talk about that coming up. And then back on the board now, a second trailing cold front for 119, 120 for Colorado and New Mexico in particular. With that second trailing front. And I still don't have anything major for California, the Sierra, or even the Northeast. All right, let me set the table. Here's water vapor satellite imagery here this morning. So this is low level water vapor. So oranges and reds are going to be your drier air aloft. Your moisture is going to be in the whites and the blues. So let me just mark this. You can kind of see how the flow is going here. It's running up into Canada and Alaska, and then it's kind of curling down. That's going to be your flow. So you can see you've got a storm system here. That's going to come up and around. That'll be our 117, 18, 19 storm that just barrels down through Montana, Wyoming, and into Colorado and New Mexico with that Arctic front. Got another storm behind it. So between this storm and some other energy up here, that'll become that secondary trailing front for 119 and also 120. All right, here's my snow timeline. Best odds of snow for Big Sky, the Wasatch, Tetons, Colorado, Tahoe, interior BC, and the Northeast. So the initial front brings light to moderate accumulations to Big Sky, and then light for 118, 19 with the second trailing front. The Wasatch, it's kind of light all around between the first and the second. Tetons, pretty light as well. It's kind of more of just a glancing blow. Everything is just slightly to your east. So light 117, 119. Now in Colorado, both fronts kind of get hung up and slow down, and there's a little more orographic potential. Of course, with more duration, you can get more snow. So afternoon, evening, 117 and 18, moderate to heavy. And then the secondary push is light to moderate accumulations. Afternoon, evening, 119 into 120. Nothing for Tahoe, interior BC, moderate accumulations, 116, light on 118. You can see just light potential there for the Northeast. All right, let's drill down. Here's the forecast mediagram for Alta, Utah up there, effective 9,000 feet. So there's our column for today, Wednesday, the 15th. There's 16th, there's 17th, there's 18th. So what you're seeing here is a couple, 2.5 days worth of very calm weather with high temps at about 9,000 feet, 29 today, 30 tomorrow, 24 on Friday. Now, here comes the initial Arctic front. It's just barely showing up here late Friday into Saturday. If this would were extended further out through the 18th into early 19, you'd see more snow. It's not going to be all that heavy, but snow accumulation, probably 2 to 4 inches of accumulation through the Wasatch for pretty much all of the canyons. You can see the winds increase, looking at probably 40-mile-an-hour winds with this front on Friday. And then the temperatures just crash. Look at the temps drop into the single digits to almost zero by Saturday morning, and it's going to stay cold behind this front. And then the secondary front will likely keep that cold air and reinforce it across many of the same, many like Alta and Snowbird, Solitude, Brighton, all the places are going to stay cold up there. Okay, so that's a look. Let me look at the temps first of all in Colorado. Well, let's go to Wyoming. Here's Pinedale. Here's your 7 to 10 day forecast for highs and lows in Pinedale. Of course, Pinedale up near the Wind Rivers, really the gateway up there. And it's a good representative of where the cold air is going to be sliding through. And you can see it coming in Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Some single digit highs even at Pinedale. And look at the overnight lows. That's the kicker. 15 to 30 below zero for like 5 nights up there. It's going to be cold. In Denver, here's your daily update. There's your Arctic front Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and even into Tuesday morning. It stays very cold. Look at that. On Monday, it could be below zero all day long, like a 24-hour fast of below zero temperatures. And minus 10 to minus 15 at night, potentially there in the Monday into Tuesday morning. As far as snowfall, and we're just starting to see the leading edge of this. This is Eldora ski area, sitting more on the east side of the Continental Divide, more representative of what the front range of Colorado is going to see. And you can see by the late 17th into the 18th, the snow starts to tick up, and we're already at 3 inches by early on the 18th, and it's just going to continue to snow. And the thing about this snow is we're going to see high ratios, very efficient snow production. Now, there may become a point where the temperatures are too cold and we just get pixie dust snow and it's hard to accumulate. But, I don't think maybe 10, 12 inches is out of the question. At Eldora, Long's Peak, Winter Park, up to Cameron Pass, Berthoud Pass. I think those areas could easily see 10 to 12 inches of accumulation, all in all. That's from the first and the second. In fact, let me show you snow accumulation over time. So we'll start it at about lunchtime today. So again, on this, and let me just move it forward so you can really get the idea. There's nothing going on today. Even tomorrow, all you have is some snow kind of sliding through the Great Lakes. You can see some of the, anytime you see these light blues, that's 3 inches or less of accumulation. Once you pop into the greens and the yellows, that's 3 to 6, 7, 8 inches. Um, you can see that wave sliding through the Great Lakes, running through the Northeast. This is afternoon of Thursday, January 16th. Um, Here's early Friday, the 17th. Here comes our Arctic front with light accumulations coming out of BC and Alberta, down into Montana, kind of brushing central Idaho, but really here it comes down into Wyoming. So here's lunchtime on Friday. Here is late on Friday, snow coming down through a lot of Wyoming, still snowing up in Montana. Now the snow is starting to affect the central and northern mountains of Colorado, including the front range of Colorado down into Denver. And yeah, we're going to see snow accumulation in Denver for sure. And some snow brushing the Wasatch and the high U. And it's more of a glancing blow, like I've been saying. Here's early Saturday, the 18th. Look at the green popping there across the front range over Eldora, Winter Park, and most likely up through the foothills of Colorado and on the west side of Denver through some of the suburbs. Looking at 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of accumulation there during this time frame. Here's lunchtime on Saturday into the afternoon of the 18th. A little bit of snow sliding through the Great Lakes in the Northeast as well. Um, okay, here we are by late Saturday. Here's Sunday morning. Look at the snow sliding down through southern Colorado, northern New Mexico, where I expect several inches of accumulation. Okay, here comes the trailing front. So here's the afternoon, evening of Sunday the 19th. Look to the north. Here it comes. Light accumulations. Here's early on Monday, the 20th, you've got light accumulations from Montana to Wyoming and into the central and northern mountains of Colorado, including the Front Range again. Here we are early morning. There's lunchtime, still sliding through. And then by early Tuesday, it's gone. So those are the highlights. And also look at the lake effect up there around the Great Lakes and into the Northeast through 20 and 21. Okay, let's look at the numbers here. Here are my official numbers. So all of today through the 20th, we'll start in the Wasatch, 2 to 4 inches. I just don't see a whole lot. 3 to 4 inches up in the Tetons, and 5, 6 up there through Big Sky, Bridger Bowl, Red Lodge, less elsewhere, less in Idaho. Up in interior BC, most of the snow is going to be up around Marmot Basin, Kicking Horse, and Revelstoke, light everywhere else, and barely anything for the Pacific Northwest. I've got zeros all the way down through the Sierra and Oregon. Into Colorado, most of the snow is going to be banked up right on top of the Continental Divide and then kind of tilting down to the east where we could see 10 to 12 inches. Less as you go down into Summit County, but still a combined effort with both fronts of potentially 8 inches through Breck and Copper up to Vail Pass over to Snowmass and Aspen, about 6 there for Crested Butte. And then it kind of, as you work your way down into southern Colorado, I've got 8s through Monarch and over Wolf Creek, and then potentially a foot there through Cuchara, and about 10 over Tahoe. So I think that's the way it's all going to play out. Up in the Northeast, again, just light accumulations. There's a few different shots here, but looking at 2 to 4 inches of accumulation through a lot of Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, with about an inch through Massachusetts. Maybe 6 over there at Snow Ridge with some lake effect kicking in right there. All right, so we'll end on the big map here across the west. Again, 2 fronts. The first one is the leading edge of the Arctic here. The second one is just a reinforcing shot. And you can see where the biggest numbers are going to be in Colorado because of 2 fronts, northern New Mexico as well. 2 fronts that slow down, kind of get hung up. You get more orographics and just more time. Guys, thanks for tuning in here. Always appreciate it. Take care and have a great day.